I guess you could say this whole thing is thanks to my next-door neighbor. He moved in about 8 or 9 months ago, and for weeks my routine was getting home from work, making a subtle nod, and then dashing into the house before I could make eye contact and we could avoid all conversation. Now, I'm typically a friendly person, but let me paint the picture for you. I am a 5'1" small-town white girl, and my neighbor is a big, gruff, ex-Navy mechanic, and I was kind of scared of him. Then one day, get home from work, carrying in the groceries, I've got both arms packed so I can take it all in one trip, when my husband asks our neighbor a question and strikes up a conversation, and I think, oh no, now we have to talk to our neighbor. But he starts telling us stories about his old life in the Navy and insane months on a submarine and how when he got back to civilian life, he was caught up in a tornado but survived. And I don't know what if his stories were true, but I believed them all. And he tells us how he has a daughter, but they don't talk much because they don't have much of a relationship anymore. We say goodnight and go inside, and I can't stop thinking about it. One, because it makes me realize that I discarded this person because they didn't fit in the box of who I typically befriend. I thought I had him pegged, and I didn't take the time to look any closer. And two, because the thing that changed that for me was listening to his stories. And I got to thinking if a simple conversation with my neighbor could change my whole perception of him, what would happen if I actually started listening to the people around me? We all have those untold stories that made us who we are, our memories, our experiences, our life journey, but we hesitate to just bring those up into conversation until someone takes the time to ask. So for the last 8 months, I've been recording these conversations with a stranger, a friend, a family member, and you get to be the fly on the wall and discover these people with me. Our Season 1 Storytellers will come out in July, but until then, subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Please leave us a review so other people can find us easily, and you can also find bonus content on our website, youneverasked.org. Now, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I am going to play a teaser of what's coming. Take a listen.
And I was zipping, like really, I started passing people. I was passing people. I was like, because I wasn't thinking about the danger or the scariness. I was just thinking about the freedom.
Yeah, I'm stealing money and I'm buying drugs twice a day just to keep out of withdrawals. Like, it was not fun at this point.
I lost my leg, and then my sister had given me some clothes to try on when I got out of the hospital. So excited to have new clothes. I putting on my pants, and I go to stand up and walk to the mirror, and I fell. I'm so sorry. I was apologizing to my leg because it was bad.
So getting pregnant with my daughter was really the first time where I was like, it kind of started to like smack me in the face that like, oh no, like I don't know if I can keep going.
Weddings are just a autistic person's nightmare, right? So like when your best friend's getting married, it's one of those things like, obviously I want to be at her wedding. Like every person wants to be at their best friend's wedding, but there's also a part of me that's like, I probably can't handle being at their wedding, at least not by myself.
They're like, yeah, you're really good at guitar, but we live in a town with an engineering school. Like that's basically your future or you're dead to us, you know?
There were moments that you never knew when he would go into a rage. And so I lived in fear and I lived in silence because I took on the abuse as if it was partly my fault.
Because I grew up being primarily like the only Black person in my classes and stuff, and being told this thing about, other white people, and being told this thing about Black people. But I didn't have a choice. If I was going to have friends, I needed to get to know people individually.